Right, fam. All right, fam. Welcome to Electron FX, and today we'll be doing our weekly outlook. We do this every week. We try to project into the market to look at what we're expecting in the market for that week, maybe one or two trade opportunities and all of that. So let us go right into it. Let's go right into it. Right. So I think I analyzed this on GJ. Was it last Sunday? I was looking at this, okay. So wasn't part of it. All right. Since it's already on my chart, this one I'm setting on GJ this week. Today is Sunday, the 19th of December, 2021. So it's set on GJ. Right. So let's go to the daily. Let's open this side. Let's look at this. So I'm not dealing with binary. Looking at the main trading view. Tracker market. If you are not on our Telegram channel, do well to click on the link in the description to join our Telegram community where we drop wonderful stuff, wonderful trade signals, wonderful content. We drop trade ideas, we drop information which you should know for trade the financial markets, because not everything I've traded on YouTube can be posted on YouTube, you mean? So just take a minute to join the Telegram channel, which is in the description. Just hit the link in the Telegram channel, on the Telegram channel link, and join, and then we'll see you in our class. Okay, so let's go to the charts. We want to look at this stuff from the higher time frame perspective. You know, whenever you're doing your analysis, you do always look at the bigger time frame. Always start for analysis on the weekly, monthly, daily, or whatever. Right? For me, I start from the daily, but sometimes I go into the weekly, but usually the daily time frame is usually my highest point of interest. So we can go to the D1. Let's see if we can use another broker. Right, I think I analyzed this sometime last week. I'll go over it again. Let me for GPUs on Rwanda. Right, now I say that this is GJ. We can see that this market has been quite bearish. So the market making series of lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this market is seriously bearish. But now look at something here. This point here is a serious demand zone, right? So this is a zone of interest. This zone right here. It's a serious demand zone. Why? Because we saw the market buy crazily from this area. So this is an area of interest for entries, for buy entries, or where you're looking to enter a buy trade, all right? So let's mark that out. It's a major demand zone, right? So that's how you mark out your charts. You look at those zones first from the bigger time frame. Check the trend and the zone. So this is a major demand zone using our weekly time frame, right? Now we have seen that the market has tapped into the. If you look at, as you can see, this has been for this is about let's measure that to know how many days this has been. So the markets came here, it has been about 16 days. About 16 days. Market has been here for about 16 days. Or 16 days, which is 22 days. You know that the currency market actually involve weekends. So involving the weekends and all, it's about 26 days. The market has been here at this bridge here. So now that is telling us that the bearish momentum is kind of going down. So if this market will break here, I'm expecting the market to retrace a bit to be able to gather the momentum to break here. So we may tap into this zone, all right, to break. So now, for now, I am bullish on GG. I am bullish on GU, GU, that is British pounds versus US dollar. So now we have seen that from our 4-hour time frame, our day time frame, this is a good place for entry. Now, what are we looking at for at that point of interest? We're looking at for our breakout structure. So we can buy this market, maybe to here. So this is a major supply zone. So we're trying to mark out the zones of interest, right? So you can look at this zone. This is a supply zone. These are the zones you should be looking at to take your profits, right? This is a good zone too. This is a, so we have seen the zones we're looking at to buy into. So that means I'm expecting this market to buy from here into this zone, right? And as you can see, this is more than this is more than 200 pips, or that about 200 pips, right? Let me measure that. Let's see how many pips we are looking at from here into this zone. Wow, about 249 pips, right? So that's what we're looking at for. We want to buy into this zone, and then if it breaks here, we're looking at this zone, this supply zone here. So now we go to our smaller time frame, which is the 4 hour. Do I have a tower here? I don't. Wow, I didn't have 1 week. Interesting. All right. So now using the 4 hour time frame, we can see that this is our area of interest. We're looking to buy into this zone, and now we want to buy. We're looking for a break of structure. That's bullish break of structure in this zone, right? So now look at this closely. We can say this market has been making series of lower highs and lower lows. So you can say this is our lower high, lower low. Using the close prices, lower high, lower low. I see lower high, lower low. Now to confirm this thing, you can simply go to your line charts. Just come here, click on your line charts, and you see what I'm saying. Just use that. All right. As you can see, this was the obvious last lower high here. So you can simply draw a box here to denote our last lower high, or let's say an arrow to denote the last lower high that was formed in this market. Right. So I've seen that this is our last lower high. We go to our candle back. So I said it's a 4 hour break of structure on this market. That means we have a BOS on this market. That's a break of structure on this market. So we have seen our break of structure. I mean that this market is going to start buying from after this retracement. And now if you look closely at this chart, let's remove this weekly demand zone first. Let's remove this so you can see what's happening there clearly. Right? Let's remove this. Right. So if you look closely here, there was some kind of liquidity sweep here. So you can see that the market did some kind of liquidity grab at this point here, right? The market took our stop loss and then broke structure. That means this is a very good buy setup. That means there's a candle to be mitigated and all of that. So you can mark your X here. This is the zone you're looking at, right? So you're looking at this zone. This is the marked X, right? This is the marked X. This zone here, right? So now, since this zone has a mark X, we are looking at entering our buy in this last candle, right? So you can go to our smaller time frame to see how to streamline our entry. So we don't have that maximum stop loss. So you can see that, all right, this was the last series of candles before the buy. So this candle becomes our candle of interest. This whole candle, this candle from here, from the open down to the wick. So this candle becomes our candle of interest. And then we can label this area as our potential area for reaccumulation. That means we want to see the market start buying from this zone. We have to see that smaller time frame reaccumulation, that is on maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes. We want to see the market accumulate for a buy, right? Potential area for reaccumulation, right? So this area looking at taking our buy inside this zone here, inside this zone here, right? We want to see the market break structure in this maybe only 15 minutes, 30 minutes. We want to see the market do something like this. Come into the zone, do like this, come here, give us that break of structure on 15 minutes, then tap here and then start buying. So we also want to see on 15 minutes time frame, or 30 minutes on the lower. We want to see this happen, this break of structure, and then market start buying up. So that's what I want to see here. So I am heavily bullish on GG. As you can see, the market is our area of interest, and I'm expecting this market to buy all the way from this point. So we can simply zoom this out. Right, so this is our target. We're looking at taking our profit at this sell region here. So we can simply bring out our long tool, our long position tool, just place it somewhere here because market's already inside. So our stop loss should be below the wick. This is the projection for this market. So we're targeting where this higher, this region here. So as you can see, this is a 1:4 trade, 1:4, and it can be less than that. It can be 1:5, 1:6, depending on your entry. And we look out for an entry at this zone. Your first TP should be around there, right? Or how does it? So I'll be posting this in the Telegram community. If you want to have access to this, go to my Telegram channel and you will see this. I'm posting it right ahead in the Telegram community, right? So this is for GJ. On GJ on GU this week. Sorry. Let's go to the next thing. Let's go to Euro USD. Euro USD. All right. Now the same drill. You start from the okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. And let's go to the daily time, to the weekly time frame. We want to see what is happening on the bigger time frame, weekly, and all of that. So using the weekly time frame, you can see that this market, okay, have our higher high, higher low, higher high, break or slow. Okay, the weekly time frame is pretty bearish. This market is pretty bearish on the weekly, pretty bearish because we have our high high, higher low, higher high. Okay, this was a break of structure here. This is the weekly time frame now. It was a break of structure here. The markets went below this area, and since then, I've seen that they're selling for weeks. Right, so this is a very bearish market, very bearish market, very bearish. But that being said, look at this zone here. There's a kind of demand zone at this point. Once the demand zone, a zone after which we saw heavy impulsive buy. So there's some kind of demand zone around there. Inside this region here, there's a demand zone here, which is a good place to buy from. All right, so looking at for that break of structure in that region. So now our interest is this area. I want to look for a buy opportunity, right? Because after the market sells for a while, you're going to buy. Using the daily time frame, if we zoom into this, the daily time frame has not really given us that break of structure yet. So this market is still bearish on the daily time frame. It's still very bearish, and you can see it's forming some kind of resistance at this point here. The market is being unable to break this region. There's some kind of resistance, or as the case may be, right? Let us give me a moment. Right. So this market is pretty bearish. Let's go to the 4-hour to see if there's any information we can see of this. Right. Okay. This market is pretty bearish. This is the last obvious lower high. Right. So this market is pretty bearish. Right. Pretty bearish. Pretty bearish. So this is the last obvious lower high. So when the market to come and close above this place here. Once the market closes above this lower high there, and then we have our break of structure. So this market, it will be a market to stay out of for now. It's a market to stay out from for now, right? So even the 4-hour is bearish. But let's go to, if you can see something maybe on the 2-hour, something that can give us maybe a little entry, right? So this is the 2-hour time frame now. We are trying to see if we can make an entry, just to help us make an entry. All right, okay, I can see something on 2-hour now. But if you're using the 2-hour time frame, this market is bullish on 2-hour, but since it has not been able to break this region, right? It has not been able to break this supply region here, it may likely go below. Because look at this. This is the last this was on 2-hour now. We're seeing our lower high, and then lower low. Using the 2-hour time frame, we had a break on so the market went above this candle. So you can see the market gave a tap, and then it came into this demand zone here. Look at this. So the market did the past. So you can simply circle this area. Okay, this area, and as you can see, the market came and tapped into this zone, into our demand zone, this series of last candles before the break of structure. And I can see the market gave a very nice buy, and I think I took this buy, but I can see it's been unable to break it. So this market, we are going to wait for it to break this region here. So I'm not taking any buy for now, since the market has already tapped, as you can see, it's forming liquidity here. Liquidity is being formed at this point, so markets may likely want to grab this liquidity here. So we are seeing liquidity here, all this equal lows here. The market is likely going to take out all this before eventually buy. So wait for EU to break this zone here, and then you take your buy position, right? So that is it for GU. Okay, that's it for GU. That is it for GU. All right. Let's go to the next here. Let's look at EU USD JPY. USD JPY. Right. The same concept, we go to our weekly time frame to see, all right. As you can see on the weekly, this guy has been pretty bullish, and you can see this is it's a kind of supply zone, right? This is supply zone. You can see a very good region to sell from, right? This is a supply zone. This market is going to sell from this zone. But the market will sell from here all the way into this area, right? So the market will sell into this demand zone here using the weekly time frame. using the weekly time frame, right? So I expect the market to sell and into this region. So this will be my overall target for sell. Let's go to our daily time frame. Right, using the daily time frame, we can see that this market is pretty bearish. What do I mean by pretty bearish? You can see the market, it made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and the higher high. Look at this as a break construction. Why? Because the market closed below this point. So to confirm if it's a break construction, we bring out our line chart to see if it's really a break construction. As you can see, this low is below this low. Look at it closing. Let me remove all this. So you can see that this low is below this low. So that is a break construction on the daily time frame. So to confirm that, just bring the line to this low here, and you can see this low went below. So this is a break construction. Right, this market is pretty bearish now. So this D1 is bearish. We have known that the D1 is bearish, and this is a major supply zone, right? So now, how do we make our end? We're looking for sell opportunities. We're looking for sell opportunities in this market, right? So now, let me remove this. We know that this is a supply zone already. It's a sell zone. Let me remove it. I can see clearly, right? So let me remove this as well, so I can see clearly. I want to see clearly. So now, we saw this. Let me zoom out to capture this whole information. Let me zoom out. So we had our break construction here. Market went below this candle on the daily time frame. So we have our BOS here. So now you can see that there was some kind of liquidity grab here. If you bring out your line and you draw it from here to here, there was a liquidity grab here. The market took out stop loss. Look at how it sold for hours, and then it finally bought and took out everyone trying to buy, and then started selling heavily down. So now that there's some kind of institutional play here, right? So I'm looking at for selling in this zone here, from here to here. This is an area for my sell, an area for sell. So I'm just for the market to come here, give us a break construction in the smaller time frame. So this will be our potential area for redistribution, right? This will be our potential area for redistribution. This region here, a potential area for redistribution. It's a potential area for redistribution. Right. So that's what I'm looking at for. It's an area for redistribution. Sorry. Right. So I'm looking at for the market to come here and give us our sell in this zone, and then we are selling all the way down. So we have to wait patiently to see the market is going to be able to buy into this zone and then give us a massive sell. And where will I be looking at for my overall take profits, right? Okay, you can look at this zone here. This is a demand zone. So you can look at to take our profit in this zone here. So you're looking at those major zones. This is 4-hour time frame. So we can bring out our short too. All right, you can take the open of this zone here. Our stop loss should be above, and then our target is where here. Wow, this is a beautiful trade. This is a 1:6.5 trade, right? 1:6, approximately 1:7. So I've copied this link now. I'll post it into my Telegram channel as well. So if you want to see this, go to my Telegram channel. Go to my Telegram channel to see the links, right? So that's posted as well. Let us do one more. I don't want to make this video so long, and then we can. It's still the same concept. Just know how to analyze the market. And let's look at GBP USD. Let's look at GBP USD. Right. First things first, go to the bigger time frame to see what you're looking at for. Right. Now from the weekly time frame, I can see that. Okay. This is some kind of sell zone. Right. This is a very good place to sell from. Using the GJ, this is a kind of a good supply zone, right? A kind of good sell zone, right? So you can see that this is a sell zone. You shouldn't be looking to buy anywhere around here. You're looking for sell opportunities, because you can see that after a massive sell, all of that. So this is a kind of good sell zone. All right, let's go to the smaller time frame, 4-hour. On the daily, sorry. You can see the daily is pretty bearish. You can see the market make our higher high. Let me line that up. This will be the last one. I don't make this video too long. Our higher high, higher low, higher high, right? This is low, higher low, and then you can see this higher high. And then this market has not broken structure yet on the daily time frame. This market is still bullish, right? That's not broken structure yet on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, right? So, okay, these are the last low. Sorry, right? Higher high, higher low. Okay, yeah. So okay. Let us see if there's a break structure yet. So this was the last obvious low. Okay. Let us make this our last obvious low. This one here, right? So we have to wait for the market to break structure on this market first before looking at ourselves. Right? We have to wait for this market to break structure. So expect daily to break this structure, go below this candle, and then come to give us our retracement, and then we look at ourselves. And let's look at smaller time frame. You can see any trading idea in the smaller time frame. Okay. Let me remove this. GG is actually kind of very difficult now because there's no good setup here. Right. But for GJ, this market is kind of bullish now. Why? Because market has taken out all these lower highs. So this market is bullish on the 4 hour. Right. And you can see this market is in the demand zone. Oh wow. This market may buy from here. Since the market is still bullish, right? Look at this. This is a demand zone. This zone here, right? After this last year, we saw the market thrust upwards to take out what? To take out all this stuff. So this is kind of a Wyckoff accumulation stuff. This is our spring. We have our PS. We have our SC. We saw our automatic rally. We saw our spring. And now this is the test, right? So this market may buy from here. This market may buy from here. Remember, the market is pretty in a sell zone. So we are expecting the market maybe to buy into this supply zone and then give us a good sell. Let me see. Any information I can see here. There are equal lows here. Market will, okay. Let me see. Right. Let's look at the current information. So I can see the market kind of okay. Okay. Let's see. This market may buy since the market has not broken structure yet and it has given us a 2-hour BOS to the upside. So this market may likely buy up and take out that weekly resistance or weekly supply zone. So this is I'm looking at for a buy in this area. So this is a good area to buy this market. You are buying here, the stop loss below this week's, and then TP all the way up. So where will I be looking at for my TP? Okay, I can see liquidity being formed there. So I can draw a line at that point there, at this point over here. Right. So I'll bring up my long position. Long. Right. So this is my long position. So I can take my buy in from the current price. Right. This may not play out. My stop loss below the week, and I'm targeting where this first place is this target, this last high. It used to be a 1:3 trade. You're targeting a 1:4 if you target here, and then your overall target should be here at this point. So this would be a 1:7 trade, 1:7 trade, somewhere around here. So I'm posting this on my Telegram channel as well. If you want to be part of it, just come up, hit the Telegram channel link and join and enjoy yourself. Right. So that will be the last thing. Let us look at maybe one cryptocurrency. Let's look at BTC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, that's US dollar, right? You remember the concept. We go to the weekly time frame. First things first, the weekly time frame. Let's remove all this. Right. So if you remove everything here, you can see that all right, this market is pretty bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high. This market is pretty bullish, and you can see we have a demand zone here. This is a demand zone. This zone here. This is a demand zone, right? So Ethereum is pretty bullish on the weekly time frame. So we're in a demand zone. We go to our daily time frame, right? Let us zoom out to see if you can have any buy trade or any buy setup here, right? So this is our daily higher high, higher low. So based on daily, we had a break of structure the daily time frame, but you know that the bigger time frame control the smaller ones. So we have our BOS. Let us just analyze the last series of secondary, which is here, right? So this is our obvious demand zone. So market tap the demand zone, right? So using the daily, we have a higher high, higher low, higher. This market is bearish on the daily. So as you can see, I'm expecting the market to come here in the future. So this is our area of interest because This candle took out liquidity before breaking down. So I'm looking out for this area to take a sell, but that doesn't mean I cannot buy. So now you know that this is a daily zone. I'm looking out for a buy setup in this market. Let me go to a smaller time frame to buy Bitcoin up to that, up down there, right? So let's look at the 4 hour to see if we can find anything of interest on the 4 hour, right? Come on, load up, right? So using the 4 hour time frame, the market is not kind of clear, right? The market is just forming some kind of, I don't know if this is a kind of flag pattern, right? So I'm seeing some kind of flag. It's kind of is it a bullish flag? Yeah, some kind of bullish flag. Kind of bullish, kind of flag. It's not a bullish flag, I say. I'm looking for some kind of flag here. Some kind of flag here. So let us see. The markets may break out and then give us a retest. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to break out from this channel, may break out, then tap, and then buy all the way. So this one is on Bitcoin, the market to do this, right? Break out from this channel and then give us that impulsive buy up to this sell zone. So I'm expecting the market to do this and come into this zone. But as usual, you should look at this point for your first take profit because there was some kind of resistance here. But so the market to reach here on the overall, right? So we're looking out for that on Bitcoin, right? I'm posting this on my Telegram channel as well. Just do well to join if you haven't. That is it, right? So I'm posting this now. Posted, right? So I've posted my Telegram channel as well. Let us look at one last thing and then we call it a day. Let's look at gold, SAUUSD. Look at SAUUSD gold, right? First things first, you go to the bigger time frame, right? The bigger time frame. Let us remove all this. This is the weekly time frame. All right. This is the weekly. All right. Based on gold is pretty bullish because you can see higher high, higher low, higher high. There has not been any break of structure yet. So this market is pretty bullish on the daily, on the weekly. So let us look at the daily, right? So the daily time frame, we had some kind of series of sell candles, and you can see something. Look at what happened. There was some kind of sell structure here. And then look at the market has broken the sell structure by going above. So, this is a very good zone to buy from. So as you can see, this is a demand zone here. This last second is a demand zone. The market is still in that region. So this market is going to pretty buy up all to this way. So this is what I'm looking at for my overall take profits here. This zone here isn't the D1 time frame. I want to buy into this region here. I want to buy into that region. So I'll go to my 4 hour time frame to see. All right. Now using the 4 hour, let me see. Lower high, lower low, all of that. Okay. This is the obvious last lower high. So and there's a break construction on this market. The market took our stop loss and then broke all the way up. So now let's look at for trade ideas, a buy trade. So we can just for me, I'm looking at this last second here. This candle. Let me remove all this. So I'm looking out for my trade in this candle. I want to buy in this candle here, right here. So I'm looking out for a buy here. So the market comes here, I can simply take my trade in this demand zone. So let us zoom out. So using the 2 hour, I can simply bring out my long tool. Here. My stop loss below this week. Okay, maybe below the body of the candle, to be safe. I put it below the candle. I put my limit at the open, my stop loss below, and wherever that target, my first target to be here, which is the 1:3 trade, and my overall target to be all the way. This is zones here. So I'm looking here. This will be 1:9.5 trade on the overall. So look out for this. I'm posting this on my Telegram channel as well. So that will be all for now. We are running a discount on our mentorship program. If you want to join our mentorship program, do well to hit me up with a link in the description. If you want to be part of us, want to trade how we trade, right? If you want to trade like us, want to trade how we trade, want to be part of our mentorship program, do well to hit the link in the description, and that will be off on have a profitable week as the market open. Don't forget to like our videos, check out the playlist, and look out for the ones that you would enjoy, right? So have a profitable week and be blessed.